Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. David of UCS Advisors, and thank you so much for joining us today. I must admit, I am excited, very excited, because we have some unique guests here representing the cannabis industry in the wonderful state of Ohio, Rebecca and Dietrich of Farmaceutical RX. Rebecca Meyers is the founder and CEO, and we have Dietrich Stephan, who is the co-founder. Thank you so much for being here, Rebecca and Dietrich.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's really great to be here this afternoon. Thank you for the intro.
Oh, you're very welcome. So for our viewers, really quick, Rebecca, can you please give us like a 60-second, 90-second background and a little information about Farmaceutical RX, please, and your company?
Yeah, so Farmaceutical RX, we're currently a grower processor with our Pennsylvania business and the leading brand in the state. And we are a fully vertical operator in the state of Ohio through our Ohio business. What differentiates us, what's made us successful, is that we focus on science and innovation, and we are 100% organic. In fact, we were just certified, one of the few companies in the country, really, to be formally certified as organic by the Certified Kind organization.
Well, that's wonderful. And if I'm correct, and we'll talk more about this later on, you're only one of 12 companies to have that certification in the entire United States of America. And that's something really unique and should be very proud of. You mentioned Pennsylvania, and then we also talked about Ohio. Today, we're going to talk about mainly your Ohio company, but you went to Pennsylvania first. Why did you decide to now go to Ohio?
It was a natural evolution for us, a natural next step. Ohio is the 7th largest state in the country. It's a huge percentage of the population is over 18 years of age. It's a key age, right? Because that's the age that you're allowed to participate in the program. And it's an exploding market. It's really kind of a sleeping giant state, if you will, in the U.S. market. So we're fully vertical there, great platform, very exciting time to be growing in the market.
And Rebecca, I think that's a great analogy. It's a sleeping giant, because you're absolutely right. When people think about the cannabis industry, they don't really think about how much Ohio holds right there. And, with that being said, if I'm correct, you've been producing revenue out of Ohio since 2019. Is that correct?
That's correct. So we got the first license that we acquired, that we won actually in the procurement process, was our dispensary license in Columbiana County. And so we got that up and operational in 2019. So we've been generating revenue there since early 2019. Our processing business was the second license that we won, and we got that operational, and it started generating revenue in late 2021. And our cultivation operations became fully operational in 2022. And so we had our first sales as a fully vertical operator in the state of Ohio in Q3 of 2022.
Oh, that's wonderful. Congratulations. And
Thank
Dietrich, if I'm correct, your revenue has increased over time in Ohio, correct, with all these expansions?
Yeah, as you would expect, and 2023 is an exciting year for us because it's the year we become profitable. And so we're projecting $22 million in top line revenue with 11 in EBITDA. And at the end of the year, as Rebecca can tell you, we anticipate adult use passing in the state, which if you look at Illinois as a proxy, could increase those numbers by 200 to 500%. So Rebecca, I don't know if you'd like to talk a little bit about what we think of as the turbo that's on the side of Ohio at the end of 23.
Yeah, we do, because the adult use program that's going to be on the ballot in November of this year gives the existing medical operators exclusive rights to apply for adult use licenses. And you get that right for a 24-month period. So there won't be any additional licenses even considered to be issued for 24 months. And then, of course, it takes new entrants at least a year to get up and going. So it's a nice journey there of exclusivity in an emerging adult use market.
It's really interesting that you say that as well, too. And I know a little bit about your background, Rebecca. I know a little bit about your background, Dietrich. But from my understanding, you have a very unique and well-versed management team. My first question is, how did you all come together?
Yeah, well, we're doing things a little differently at Farmaceutical RX. We are organic. We're focused on science innovation. And part of the mission of our company is to bring economic development and job creation to the markets in which we operate, as well as to protect the planet. So we have fully biodegradable packaging. We have a living soil cultivation platform. So we reuse our soil, saving thousands of pounds, thousands of tons, actually, since we commenced operations from landfills. So the people that are on our management team are, the best, right? Subject matter experts in our areas. And they came to our company because of how we're doing things. We're doing things differently, and they wanted to be a part of that.
And Dietrich, you also bring a unique aspect too. Can you talk to our viewers about that, please?
Rebecca and I met when I was chairman of the Department of Human Genetics at the University of Pittsburgh. And she reminded me that this class of compounds, cannabinoids and terpenes, had been sought out by people who have been suffering from a wide range of different illnesses for centuries. And because it's been illegal and stigmatized, we haven't really had the ability to fully unlock the science and develop those molecules in the right combinations for this wide variety of indications. And so I did a quick search on PubMed and was shocked to see the body of rigorous scientific literature. And it struck me that this was a unique career opportunity for me to support Rebecca in building what I'll call a pharmaceutical-like platform, such that we really could do the efficacy trials in the market to support really clean, high-quality products that would benefit people that are suffering from a wide range of diseases. And so that's the skill set that I bring to the table for the company.
And touching on that, because I think it's really unique. We're talking about the healthcare side of it. We're talking about the plant and all its benefits. And talking about the plant, rumor has it that your company has over 300 genetics for strains. Is that accurate?
Yeah, it's totally accurate. We see that as a huge competitive advantage, and we, intend to keep that competitive advantage with a breeding program. We kind of don't think you can have enough on that front. Patients and consumers really like a variety. And so we can provide that, right, with this vast genetic library.
So what's the goal for the next 12 to 24 months for increasing that genetic library?
Yeah, so it'll take us a while, to kind of rotate these through our production. We have a breeding program that's under development. So we'll have some fresh kind of newness to our genetics for some time to come without even expanding what we have right now.
And Dietrich, why do you think it's such a competitive advantage to have so many variations of genetic strains in your library?
Well, certainly from a consumer-facing perspective, people love fresh new products that emerge compendium on a regular and routine basis. But from a therapeutic development perspective, the analogy is, and you'll appreciate this, David, is that you need a large breadth in terms of the chemical diversity of these molecules, which will then enable you to find the ones that are most efficacious in the right combinations. And so you can't do the scientific and medical part without a diverse set of genetics.
Now, let's touch back at something that was said earlier about Farmaceutical RX being only one of 12 kind certified organic growers in the U.S. So my first question is either Rebecca or Dietrich is, first off, what does this mean for your company getting the certification? And secondly, why is it so important to have?
It's huge. I mean, if you think back to the early days of beverage and food, you can say you're organic, but until we had certifications, you couldn't really rely on that and trust that. And so we have that already in cannabis. It's a rigorous process that you have to go through. I mean, we've been dedicated to this for over 2 years and working on it. And it shows. There's only a select group of growers that have made their way through these hoops and jumped through, all these different requirements. And so we're very proud to be sitting with just a dozen of growers in the U.S. market right now that has this certification.
So let me ask you this: how long did it take to get that certification? And then, if only 12 growers in the country have it, why do you think it's so difficult to attain?
It's a very rigorous process. It starts from the very beginning through your seeds, your propagation process. All of the component parts that you use have to be certified, from the soil to the amendments to everything. So, you can't just walk in. If you could, there'd be a lot more than 12 that did it today. And so this has been a labor of love for our team, and our head grower has taken this mission on himself and did a fantastic job. I'm so proud of our team for this accomplishment.
Excellent. Dietrich, anything to add about the kind certification?
As you heard Rebecca, through the entire process, everything is clean and pure. And just one example, why would you put something in your body that's been sprayed by pesticides? You just wouldn't do it. And so those are the types of benefits that come along with this certification.
As someone that used to own testing labs, yes, I know all about those pesticides. And I mean, it'd be amazing sometimes what we got back for test results. And it's like, you want to put this into your body? Come on now.
Yeah.
Let me ask you all this. Is the company currently raising money? And if so, what makes your deal unique compared to other deals out there?
We are raising money, and happy to be talking to you today about that. And, look, we're up and running. We've been successful. We have a great management team. We have Kind Organic certification. I mean, if you think about it, we're a car that's already built and heading down the highway, right? So you're kind of just jumping on to something that's already good and it's already moving and we already have momentum.
But if I'm correct, you're only raising a couple $1 million for Ohio. And when we look at Ohio, let's just call a spade a spade. One, you've been up and operational since 2019. Two, you're going to do over $10 million in EBITDA, which is great. Right. Three, you have over 300 genetic strains, which is a huge competitive advantage. Four, if you care about the environment, giving back, you're already giving back to the environment. You've already planted, I believe, 10,000 plus trees. Plus, on top of that, two, you're one of 12 companies in the entire United States to get this kind certified organic growers. And last but not least, I know you have a very unique management team. So you kind of have some major bullet points. As you said, you're in a sleeping giant state. And I hate to tell you this, y'all don't really sound like they're sleeping right now. It seems like you're thriving. Dietrich, what did I miss here about your investment opportunity and Farmaceutical RX currently raising money?
Yeah, well, the only thing I'll add is that, all of the points you have outlined fall into what I'll call a really exciting revenue and profitability model. But even on top of that, we have the ability to create medicines that are extremely high margin, high value pharmaceutical reagents that could benefit people that are suffering from diseases like autism spectrum disorders and seizure disorders and otherwise. And so we have some emerging academic partnerships with marquee institutions that will facilitate that mission. And so you'll hear more about that as we grow, but think of that as gravy in the future.
I think that's some really key parts, some key points you made, because, when you're investing in a company, you also want to make sure you're giving back to society, you're giving back to the community, you're helping out the environment. And as we always say, here at UCS Advisors, failure to plan is planning to fail. And it seems like here, Farmaceutical RX is really planning to succeed and really planning to really achieve its full level of greatness on many levels. With that being said, Rebecca or Dietrich, is there any last words or comments you'd like to make to the viewers or to the audience at all?
Yeah, we're one of those unique brands that, we're super important to patients with autoimmune conditions and a lot of different disease states because we're making this clean, high quality medicine. And we're equally attractive to the connoisseurs, if you will. And so we are powerful competitors in a medical market, and we're also going to be very well positioned as adult use comes into play in Ohio. And we project that to be later this year. It's actually going to be on the ballot in November of this year. And it's a unique proposal because the medical license holders right now will be given an opportunity to get an adult use license. And no one else will have that right for 24 months. So we'll have an exclusive opportunity to enjoy this exploding market. Some markets like Michigan have grown 200 to 500% with the passage of an adult use program. So we sit in a very nice place right now as that unique opportunity grows and presents itself later this year.
Excellent. And yourself, Dietrich?
The only thing I'll add is that if you walk into any dispensary in the states in which we operate and say, what's the best product that I can buy here today? They'll tell you it's Farmaceutical RX. And it's a real testament to
I think that's one of them. Plus, because you have the research to back up as well, too. To our listeners, once again, we have Rebecca and Dietrich of Farmaceutical RX talking about their company out in Ohio. It's a unique opportunity. At the very end, you'll see the credentials on how to get a hold of them directly if you want to get more information about their company and learn more about their unique opportunity. Once again, I'm Dr. David of UCS Advisors, where we help you achieve your greatness.